We've got a couple of things to look at from Babar Azam's innings yesterday. I mean, this is one for you. A beautiful straight drive in his innings. I mean, it was just straight down the ground. He's such a wonderful player, and he played superbly yesterday.
Yeah, it took a couple of, I'd say probably 15 balls or so to get into his innings, and I think he was trying to overhit the ball, they're chasing a big score. So, as a little bit similar to me in one sense, he knew he had to score quickly. So naturally, you want to go at the ball, and he was hitting it, outside of the main hitting zone, where he was when he kind of got into his innings, that one straight drive, which was a classical straight drive. Didn't try to overhit it. Here on this brilliant pitch and outfield, you didn't have to do it. So, I don't know if we're watching it now, but he just let the ball come. It was a shot which could be played in any format, and then he got going. And Babar's a great example. His technique survives all three formats. He just changes his tempo. If you're being hypercritical of him, it's probably the power game, and that real explosiveness to be the elite T20 player. It doesn't say he's not outstanding, but I love the fact he just changed his tempo. And then when he got going last night, he was striking at 190, a superb innings.
Well, he played that soon after this. He then started to get going a bit and played that expansive shot that we're going to highlight right now off the front foot through the offside.
Yeah, and you can see in the classical straight drive, he hit just from his back hip. But when he really looked to hit it, his hands went back, he got a higher back lift, and he was able to get a full swing through the ball, and that creates the power. And the position he was in, whereas he snapped those hips through from the front foot on contact, it was absolutely perfect for a power position.
We've got a split screen also, Martin. I want you to talk through as well. This is a split screen which is quite interesting when he's playing that beautiful classical drive on the right, and on the left is the more expansive shot. But you spotted something about the back left.
Yeah, and as I just said, from just playing the classical front foot drive, he just plays from his back hip. He lets the ball come, he plays it late, and he just plays a beautiful little punch down the ground. And then you see the other side of the screen, his hands go back, the back goes a bit higher, and you can see his hips snap through the ball and on contact when he hits it. And it's just a classic power position. Almost comes from baseball, really. When they have their swing, they snap their hips through, and that's where they get their power.
You talked about some of the training techniques that you were doing. I mean, I know someone like an Andre Russell, he says that a conversation with Chris Gale back in, I think it was 2015, changed his game totally by making sure he used a heavy bat. Yep. He said that you're a strong man, get a big bat, and it's going to make a big difference. And he used to bat with practice with weights on his forearms and all sorts of stuff. Yeah, what about yourself?
There are a lot of different ways you can go about it. I've toyed with a few different things, like a light bat with weighted balls to get that feel of just getting hand speed through. Weighted bats as well, and just trying to create that bat speed as well, because different things happen with different people. I still train with a half bat. The shoulder's cut off down the middle, and it's like a skills bat, and I go on the bowling machine with that. I face bowling with it sometimes, and some of the guys at home at Auckland look at me a bit funny when I walk into nets with this half bat, but just things like that to just challenge yourself a little bit and get yourself still a better cricketer.
And you're involved with some coaching with some kids. I mean, we're going to take a walk off. The umpires want us to go. We can keep talking as we go. But what would your advice be, Alastair, for kids who are trying to evolve and play the more aggressive, more attacking style of cricket that they see these senior players playing?
Well, don't let your inhibitions stop you. I think definitely play all the shots and go for it, because you have to learn to be able to play, and also you have to fail a few times. You have to fail a lot, actually. It takes, as Martin said, how many hours he spent on the bowling machine. I was exactly the same. Whether it's throw down to Gucci or bowling machine, you experiment and you learn, but you have to have the fundamentals in place to be able to expand it. So you have to be, unfortunately, a little bit boring. Look where you're hitting the zone, look where you're hitting the ball. Is it under your eyes? Because guess what, if it is in that bubble, right under your eyes, you can be more consistent. And that's what, if you're a coach or a captain, you want your players to be so consistent. It's hard in 2020 because your risk reward is high, but it's definitely that is, to me, consistency. It makes the best players.